Got a question here from Ben Sherman, who runs, of course, the amazing NS Screencast. He asks, do you have any tips on getting to the right error message? Because often Xcode just complains about the outer scope or in some random line often, in fact, and you end up just deleting a lot of code to get to the underlying error. What was your approach to finding errors?
Before they have now some compiler improvements that fix that a little bit with Swift 5.2 or 5.1. Yeah, 5.2, I'm pretty sure. You would know, Paul. So that's helped. But before, a lot of it was deleting things one by one. Unfortunately, I did the same kind of approach. So I would, delete a line, see what happens, or, change small things. I think that's what, not changing a lot at once. So changing very, very incrementally to see what would happen. At least that it's in the scope of a specific closure, right? So starting out there and then, just going slowly to investigate what could potentially be the problem. A lot of my error messages usually ended up being some type of type error. So there was something wrong with the object that I was trying to use because I didn't have it either conform correctly to the right protocols. Because with SwiftUI there are quite a few protocols that you have to conform to, like identifiable and things like that, and that have kind of strict requirements. And so a lot of the errors ended up being like that. But because the compiler wasn't so great at exposing those errors, it was hard to find. So I caught on after a while that a lot of times that was the error. And so they were type errors. And so I would usually start there and see, okay, are these types, correct? Are they conforming to the protocol correctly? And then going from there.
Yeah. I think I'd often find three kinds of errors. One is, you've made a mistake, fool. Here's the error, right? That was good. I like those. The other one would be something like, VStack unknown tuple thing. You're like, okay, that isn't helpful. It's pointing at the wrong thing entirely. They were the worst kind. The middling kind that I kind of liked, actually, were the obviously wrong error messages. Like, can't convert this optional int to a regular int, or the other way around, like that. Well, no, you can do that, Swift. I know you can do that, Swift. You can totally do that yourself, Swift.
Yep.
But it's choosing not to, which basically it's a red herring, but it was an obvious red herring.
Yep.
Unlike the useless VStack, what the heck's gone wrong somewhere else. The obvious red herrings were quite helpful because then you start doing your binary chop. Take out half the code. Wasn't that half?
Yep.
Take out this half of the code. Wasn't that half? Oh, it's there somewhere, and you get there. But as Kaya said, Holly Bowler and her colleagues at Apple on the Swift team have done amazing work on Swift 5.2. It is. I honestly think I should write an article saying Swift 5.2 is like the one true Swift. The Swift we should have had all this time. It's so good. Your code compiles faster. It compiles smaller. It takes less memory. You get better error messages, more features, yada, yada, yada. It's just amazing. And to be fair, 5.1 had a lot of work to do. They crammed things in there galore while also shipping SwiftUI. So that was hard. So I forgive them for that a little bit. You can't do everything all at once, right?